Yeah, Sunday, Hey, I'm back in my bag, I know they missing me. Ay, you know I go hard until they finish me. Ay, I wake up and grind, they try to limit me. Highway to heaven, you know we run high intensity. That's right. I'm back in my bag, I know they missing me. Ay, you know I go hard until they finish me. Ay, I wake up and grind, they try to limit me. Highway to heaven, you know we run high intensity. Sundays with Justin, Mondays we hustling, Tuesdays still training, by Wednesday it's draining, shot wet like it's raining. It's not though, try to knock me off my pivot, I'm straight to the block though. I can't do no pump fake, still watch out for the block though. I'm not your average player, I'm all-star status. Give all y'all answers, not no ball hog bastard. Jump shot looks synthetic, but it's all natural. Body full of ice like I got back from
What's up, y'all? It's Coach Justin. We're here again at the Sit Down Podcast. We have a very, very special guest, my guy, Klep. What's going on, man?
What's going on?
Chilling, man. Thanks for coming down. We've been trying to get this set up for a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I know, man. So let's how you doing, first of all? Everything good?
Yeah, I'm all right. I can't complain.
That's good, man. I like to do it like...
Ain't gonna do me no good anyway.
Right, I feel you. I like to do a check-in with everybody, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now, man. Life is crazy.
Yeah, sick right now.
Right.
For
So,
sure.
man, take us back to young Klep, man. Let's get right into it. You know, where you born and raised, how it was growing up, if you got any siblings, and all of that type of good stuff.
I was born in Oakland, but I was raised in Brookfield.
Gotcha.
A little bit too, like in the 60s.
Okay.
That's where my grandparents stayed.
Gotcha.
So, like from the time I was born to like maybe second grade, something like that, I stayed in Brookfield.
You know what's crazy? I feel like our generation, I don't know how much older you are than me, but our generation, like, everybody got, like, where their mama stayed and when their grandma stayed, because I don't think the kids got that much these days.
Nah, hell no. Granny's out here shaking ass with us, huh? Damn. But can't even find a babysitter.
Right, exactly. But go ahead, though. So, 60s in Brookfield.
Yeah, so I think I had like second grade, something like that. Moved to Texas.
Oh, shit.
Houston. Stayed in Houston for like about a year.
What made you go out there?
My mom.
Family?
My mama had married this dude. And we ended up moving to Houston because that's where he was from.
Gotcha.
So after a while, after she sent me back before she came back. So when I came back, I think when I first came back, I was staying with my grandparents. In the sixth grade, I moved back to Brookfield. Well, when I got out of high school, when I first got out of high school, I ended up catching a case.
Oh, wow. Wait, what high school did you go to?
I went to Skyline for a minute. Then I switched and went to Dewey.
Gotcha.
But for hella long, everybody thought I went to Castlemont.
That makes sense. You was up there?
Every day. Every day. Crazy part about it, I wasn't even in high school yet.
So is a youngster up there?
I was going to Bret Hart, but I was at Castlemont
I went to Bret Hart.
every day.
Yeah.
I was going to Bret Hart, but I went to Castlemont every day. So everybody,
you had like an older partner up there? Or?
You know, that's where my neighborhood went.
Right.
And everybody was a little bit older than me. So I'm up there fucking with them.
So you literally leaving home going to Castlemont instead of going to your school?
Exactly.
That's hella funny.
Yeah.
That's hella funny.
That's what I was. Or I'd stay Castlemont for a second, then go to school late.
Right.
Get out of school because we'll get out earlier than them.
You go back up to
and
Castlemont?
go back up to Castlemont hella
funny.
fast, yeah.
That's hella funny. So if you don't mind, go ahead. What you about to say?
Nah, it was just back and forth like that.
If you don't mind, what'd you catch a case for early?
That one was assault with a deadly weapon.
Oh, that one. So it's multiple, huh?
Yeah.
Got you.
That one. That one was assault with a deadly weapon.
How old are you? You fresh out of high school at this time?
Yeah, I was 18.
Did you do like juvenile hall time and shit too?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, I did juvenile hall, stolen cars and shit like that.
That's like typical fun shit in the inner city, like in the hood.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
we was stealing rental cars and shit back in the day.
That's hella funny, bro.
Yeah.
That's hella funny.
Because, you know, back then they used to leave the keys in them motherfuckers.
Oh, at the lot.
Yeah, and they didn't have a gate to...
Oh, that
they didn't have a
stoppage
person
gate.
sitting there.
I know
so
what you mean.
We just gonna jump in the car
and take
or
off.
take off. Or they'd last longer if you jumped into one that was on the return list.
Oh, so y'all had a method.
Yeah.
So
it started off in our neighborhood, then the whole Oakland started stealing them motherfuckers. Everybody had a stolen rental.
Niggas made it hot, huh?
Yeah.
So did you do a hell of time on this first case? The assault after high, because you're an adult now, so now you're going to Rita, right?
I didn't go to Rita. We was in fucking Santa Clara County.
Oh,
I did a couple months for sure, because they didn't want to bail me out.
They as in your people?
Yeah, they wasn't bailing me out. And back then, my bill was like $5,000. So $5,000 was a lot of money.
Right.
They made me sit for a minute. So my granddaddy ended up bailing me out, but they like, fuck all that. If I bail you out, nigga, you got to come stay over here. I'm making sure your ass go to court.
So at this point, you already kind of a knucklehead? Like, are you getting in trouble? Like, the family having to deal with you a lot? Like, are you causing them stress and shit running the streets?
Yeah, I was fucking up already.
Okay.
Yeah, I was fucking up already. I can't even lie.
I feel you. So is that kind of why people wasn't trying to bail you out, or was it like he gonna?
Yeah, and I was fucking up. Yeah, basically he thought he was like, nigga, you be fucking up, fucking up, and I had been fucking up. So my father was like, man, you know, my mama was like, I ain't got it anyway. So
are you making music at this point, this early?
Yeah.
So how?
No. I thought you were talking about now. But,
okay.
Back then, I wasn't recording music,
but you was writing.
Yeah.
Okay. What got you into that? How old? Do you remember how old you were?
I remember elementary.
So you was writing early.
Yeah, but elementary and shit, like I used to freestyle and shit. Like we used to be on 66. The little bras I'd be on punishment because I stayed. This when I had stayed with my daddy across the street from my granddaddy. This is when I kind of like had first came back and shit.
Gotcha.
And it might have been a little bit earlier in the 6th grade or some shit like that. Yeah, but like it was the little bras across the way in the apartments. And they used to come to the gate and just to hear me rap. So
shit.
I used to I never wrote nothing then. I used to be freestyling and shit. Mm-hmm. Like I can remember like walking home from school, freestyling and shit like that.
But what got you into it? Somebody older than you was doing it? You just kind of
I don't know.
Stumbled. You don't even remember.
I don't even remember, that's bro. It was never nothing like I seen, cause you know back then it wasn't hella rappers.
Right.
Wasn't like now everybody want to be a fucking rapper, but back then it wasn't hella rappers. And I don't know. I guess it just came to something that was kind of like natural, and I just started doing it. Like I didn't have no big cousins that was rappers and no shit like that, or niggas. I didn't know nobody personally who was rapping. It just came. I don't know. I can't say where it came from. I just started doing it.
Right.
Probably just playing.
Right.
Because I always liked the music. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So I think that just came. So it's about me just playing. Like, you know what I mean? So like, I started freestyling. Then it was like, oh, you good. So I just started doing it. Like, you feel me? And that's how it really came about, I think.
So at what point do you start actually recording?
I didn't start recording them until I was like 15.
Okay, so you was older.
Yeah, gotcha. 15. But see, like I say, it wasn't like now where if my son want to rap, I could take him to the studio. Like, for $20 an hour, $50 an hour, nothing. And there's a million of them around. Like, it wasn't that. You know, you didn't have 1,000 rappers from Oakland.
Right.
It was a couple.
And if you did, they couldn't like post their shit at the push of a button like they can today.
No, hell no.
So nowadays, like all the rappers in your face.
Started rapping shit, put 2 tapes in the tape thing, and recorded it over the instrument, like the instrumental that was on the single
from the radio and shit.
From the radio, or the single you bought from T.Y. Uzi's, the tape, like.
So after you get out from this assault case, then what's life like at this point? Because now you out of school, you an adult, right?
Shit. Fucking up.
Catting still.
Some more. Catting.
So are you in the streets just running around being a knucklehead, or are you getting money and again tell as much as you want to tell, but like
back then I was selling dope.
Okay.
After that that's when I think I started going like to the TLs and shit.
In Frisco?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
We was grinding in the TLs. And then I was staying at my granddaddy's house. But then like BK had stayed around the corner.
Okay.
So I started damn near staying at his house every night. As long as they seen me.
Right. You was good.
Yeah, like, you feel me?
Checking in.
Yeah, kind of like, so. All right, I go to the TLs at night and grind all night. Like, I get on the last bar and go and get on the first bar in the morning.
For real?
Yeah.
How old are you at this point?
Shit, I was about 18.
That's sick, bro.
18 at that point, yeah.
That's sick. So then, okay, so now that you getting your money or whatever, are you taking music serious at this point? You kind of just
At that point,
like I'm trying to get like if you could go back to young Klep at that age, like what's your mindset at that point? Like is your main focus like I'm trying to be making and rapping? I'm trying to grind, get this bread. I'm trying to
rapping was a hobby.
Okay.
Motherfucker, first priority was to get some money.
Right.
Like, period. And then I had ended up fucking with my partner, Rome. But I had started off like rapping. Like me and my nigga Ray Ryder, then his little brother and shit. We started off rapping. Like Ray Ryder used to make me beats in the car. And I freestyle for hell long. But I never knew how to make good beats.
Gotcha.
So he'd make his own beats off his shit. But we'd be sitting in the car smoking and shit. Or selling whatever little coke we had that was in the neighborhood.
Right.
Like, you feel me? But by this time, when I kind of like migrated over there, I think Ray Ryder was still rapping too. But then I had started rapping with my nigga Rome.
Okay.
Me and Rome started rapping. Rome had a cousin from Pittsburgh named Conniva. And they used to have this group called the Smash Unit.
Okay.
Right? And the Smash Unit consists of niggas like Conniva, Dub 20, Sonny, a couple other niggas. I think, if I can't mistake, I think Freako was in that group.
Okay.
You know, just really Pittsburgh niggas and shit that was from that area and the low and all of that type of shit. So, but they had already made a CD.
Got you. So they a little bit more advanced than y'all at this point.
Yeah,
Got
so we go over there fucking with Conniva. He's showing us how to record the music. We was already starting to record the little music a little bit, but put it on the CD. That's how you press it up. That's what you do to press it up. Whoop, whoop. So we'd get that nigga CDs. He'd be like, just give me $5 for them. So we'd go outside hustling with him the CDs. And I'm selling them for 10, giving him 5. It's kind of like same thing. Difference is like selling crack.
Right.
Like,
I was
feel me?
about to say just like the other grinder.
Yeah. So by then I was migrated kind of like to the weed.
So you
I
selling
probably have a
CDs
little
and
bit of
weed.
coke here and there. Like then we go sell CDs or whatever I was doing to make some money.
Right.
Period. That there wasn't no bullshit. Niggas was trying to get some money. So I was making money off them CDs.
Right.
So I'm telling nigga Rome, like, nigga, we gotta get some of them. We gotta do that. So me and Rome.
Do the Smash Unit know you rapping at this point?
Yeah, because I'm on songs with them.
Got you.
You know, Bud was taking us to the studio with him. But back then, like, he was way rawer than me.
Right.
That nigga was a fool. Like, you feel me? That nigga was a fool back then. Like damn, like, he was ahead of his time.
Right.
Like, and so we took the method he gave us, and we went to the studio where he took us to the studio where he hooked us up with, paid, and
So now y'all getting your own sessions.
now we getting our own sessions. So I dropped my first actual mixtape with Rome.
What year is this? You remember?
That might have been 05.
Okay.
05.
But around there.
Somewhere around there.
Okay. So was this hyphy music? Because that's around the hyphy movement, ain't it?
Yeah, but I never did that type of music. That was never me.
Got you.
Like, at this time, we was like the first niggas out here jacking niggas beats.
So y'all was rapping on other
people's
instrumentals.
beats.
Got you.
And then we kind of graduated. Then we did another tape, and that was more so called like the Purple Files. And that shit was that was beats. Like, we got some beats from Jamon Drew.
Oh, so these original beats.
108K.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was like, and I had kind of gravitated like telling Rome like we gotta do songs for the bitches. Like at that time, he like, hell no,
Right.
I ain't doing no songs for the bitches. Oh, I ain't doing that. I'm like, fuck it, I'm finna do this song. This gonna be my solo on the album. But we still jacking for beats. So I jacked Beyonce, Summertime.
Okay.
So whenever that song came out, that's the year it was.
Okay.
I remixed the Summertime. So bam, now we outside selling the CDs. women is like, I'm cool. I'm like, well, just listen to this song. I play that song for him, buy the CD. He like, fuck that. I gotta make me a song about the bitches. You cheating. I see what it's about. Like, yeah, so we actually, I think we had pressed up collectively maybe about at least like 4,000 units. Sold them.
And moved them.
Them.
That's dope. Because around this time, MySpace is jumping,
at
right?
the time, I don't think I even had a car. I don't even think I had a car, bro. Like, I think I had like a bitch or two with a car that let me drive or something. But I didn't personally, I don't think I had a car right then at that point. And it'd be, nigga, I'd be walking or something and hear a motherfucker riding by knocking that shit. And it got so frequent to where every time I heard a song with that beat, we had to see if it was ours or the real one.
That's
like,
dope.
That ours?
That's dope.
And hell of the times it'd be ours.
That's fire.
Like, man, that's crazy. Like, that's how it started. So, we went on doing that for a minute. I went to jail a couple more times.
At this point, are y'all like posting it on MySpace and stuff?
Yeah. We posting that shit on MySpace. I just had found some of my old songs.
For real?
From going to my old MySpace.
That's hella funny.
That was hella funny. I'm like, damn, I forgot about this.
So, looking back on it, is it terrible now when you listen to it?
The music?
Yeah.
Bruh, I'm going to keep it real. And I'm not even just saying this because it's me. I was ahead of my time. Like, if I really would have stuck with this shit, like, for real, bro, I'd be somewhere different. Because I'm listening to that shit and it don't sound too outdated.
Right.
Even my flow. Like, I was talking about, like, on the Summertime beat. Like, the verse I kicked was like, see your hand on your right, let me ice that. And when I lay you on the bed, I'll be right back. I think I need a box of rubbers to try pack. She make me feel so good, I'ma wife that. What you know about walks to the beach, trips to Cancun up in presidential suites, personal chefs to cook anything you eat, sleep to about 3 in the middle of the week, while we freak, top flow looking over the sea, and I be loving every minute that you next to me. I swear to God, I just like, you see what I'm saying? Like, that's how motherfuckers rapping now. And I listened to it. I forgot where the fuck I heard it.
That's crazy you remember that.
Yeah, because I heard it recently.
Oh, okay.
I found it somewhere and I heard it recently. That's what made me boom. Like, I was like, oh, I forgot about that shit. Like, you feel me?
Dope.
So, like, I didn't feel like it wasn't never like weak. I done had some weak shit, for sure. Everybody have.
Right.
I don't listen to some shit and be like, what the fuck? Like, what type of shit was you on today?
So was your MySpace are you people knowing you now, or are they just knowing the music? Or like, are you becoming somebody around here? Because I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, around this time, it's around the time like the Pack and them is out, right? Go Dave and them.
Yep.
So it's like, it's people coming out here, like they're becoming little fake way celebrities and
Jacka.
stuff. Right. Well, the Jacka was like one of them niggas already at that time.
Yeah.
I'm more so talking about like people who was like.
It was like, I think the Pack.
The Pack. Go Dave and all them was around at the same time.
Stalin.
Yeah, Jay Stalin.
Stalin was around.
So are y'all like? I
think Filthy was just starting off.
Okay. So yeah, I don't remember Filthy.
The whole Livewire niggas, the whole Livewire movement, because then you had niggas like the boy Shady Nate, Jay Jonas, and all those type of niggas.
That is around that same era.
I don't even think like niggas like Ryder J. Clyde and them was that big yet, but they had already dropped that Mob Figure album. That was kind of like it.
What blew them?
Yeah, but it blew them, but it was like damn near the last time you heard from them. But the nigga Jacka was still going. So at the time, Jacka was at his peak, I think. Because Jacka and them used to come by serve for me back then. So they was kind of like at his peak. Jack was at his peak. And that's back when Pretty Black was around. You know, that was my folks too.
Okay.
Like, you feel me? And just, I don't know, we just kind of like was.
So at this point, you're known in the streets too then? Yeah. What it sound like? Because it seems like you know a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure.
Got you.
For sure. Because I was one of them niggas that be everywhere.
Right.
Like, I just think I'm from Brookfield and I go to school in the fucking 30s.
Right.
Like,
it's the whole East pretty much.
Like, exactly. Yeah. Then I'm going to Dewey, to Casamont, to all these different type of schools. And then once I got older, I started going to jail with niggas.
Right.
And I started fucking with West Oakland niggas just from being in jail. Like,
that
you
makes
feel what I'm
sense.
saying? Like, so it's over the years I accumulated knowing a lot of people just from the streets though. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really about no music. Hell, motherfuckers didn't even know I rapped. But then you got motherfuckers that did know I rapped.
Right.
Like, man, when you in Blood making another album again, man?
That's dope.
I knew niggas from the music. Like, I'd go over there and record at the High Road Lab and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got shit that I done been on YouTube that they ain't never put my name on. But I'm on there.
Like on the song?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like,
That's what's up. Well, I guess not, but
nah, it wasn't. I mean, I don't, listen, it was so many niggas recording at that lab, I don't necessarily think that was on purpose.
got you.
And then right after I recorded that particular song, I remember the one I just vividly remembered. But after we recorded that song, I think I went to jail like a week later.
And so you was doing this jail shit a lot, it seems sound like.
I went to jail that time. That was in 08. I went from 08 to 09.
What's the longest you ever did?
Like almost 16 months, I think. Yeah. I was like on a world tour.
I don't mean to laugh, but
Man,
what do you mean by
bro.
that, bro?
Now, how many jails is that, bro? Like, that's why I had a case everywhere in Northern California.
What you was doing, just moving around?
Just doing stupid shit. Like, all kind of shit. Busting checks and,
Trying to get money.
yeah. Getting cars and different type of socials and just twisting. And didn't give a fuck about, I wasn't really thinking about the consequence to some of the shit I was doing.
Right, hold on a second. Obviously you running around, you know, you trying to get your money on, man. I ain't mad at that. So at this point, are you like, you going to jail, bouncing right back, coming out, doing new hustles? You just learning new hustles, trying to figure it out?
I'm twisting.
Yeah. Just
everything.
whatever you can get your hands
I don't
on.
know if it was hitting licks, whatever.
That's hella funny.
The money
bro.
call, I'm coming to get it.
I feel you. I ain't mad at
I
that.
ain't had no kids or nothing. Shit.
That's
That
what's
time,
up.
I think I went to jail from I went to jail from 08 to 09. Boom. Get out of 09. I'm 2 weeks home. Boom, I get
Don't
popped.
tell me, bro. What?
I get popped. Playing around. On some other shit, bro. I get popped. Alright. I get popped in the leg though. Look, it was an in and out wound, so I was cool. Like, at first I wasn't even going to the hospital. Mind you, I'm so retarded that I'm walking around the neighborhood like
Nothing ever
with a
happened.
bullet hole in my fucking leg. And so I didn't go to the hospital. I'm like, man, I'm not going to the hospital, nigga. I'm fresh out. You know, you go to jail on this paperwork, you get shot. Back then, they was doing that shit. I'm like, oh, hell no, I don't want to go back to jail. I only been out 2 weeks.
Right.
So I'm walking around with that motherfucker. So that's what made them in the hood. They start calling me Teflon. You feel me? I ended up having my bra come get me. And that bitch drove me straight to the hospital. Stupid bitch. I was hella mad. I was like,
Did you go back down?
nah, hell no. Cause I told him some other shit like, man, I was getting on the bark, man, and they tried to rob me. I ran and they popped me. So they did that. They did their report. They was doing like a report. When they went up, I snuck out and got the fuck up out of there.
For real?
Hell yeah.
Was your leg bounce back cool, obviously?
Man, that motherfucker wasn't shit. I was cool.
Because it was doing
Yeah,
good.
boom, boom.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They charged me, man, they motherfuckers put some water through that motherfucker in a bandage.
Just cleaned it out.
They
And
charged me
wrapped it.
$5,000. I got a bill for $5,000.
It's tough. The mom's supposed to do it to you.
I told that bitch, don't take me near. I could have did that myself. We could have jumped in the shower. Shit. The fuck?
At least she making sure you're alright, man.
I was okay. I was walking.
It's
The
crazy.
fuck? I want my shit. Put that shit on my goddamn credit.
That is a good point, though. The mom's supposed to feel shady. Alright, so at this point, you now you shot, and then what? So where you at now? You We're back to try to get some money.
Nah, that shit was hurt for a week after that. That night it wasn't hurt, nigga. That next day,
Them cleaning it out
wow.
probably made it tender. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you know when your adrenaline be pumping and that shit, like you know, once I settled down, it was still cool, but the next day that's when it got sore as fuck.
Yeah.
Like so, I was kind of limping. And then shit after that, I went right back to doing me. Feel me? Boom. I was cool. 2009, 2010, back to jail again.
I don't mean to lie, bro.
From the middle of 2010 to the beginning of 2011, went back to jail again. Boom.
Do you think because you doing, and I know we're not all the way through into the story yet, but do you think because you only doing like short stints like that, it ain't really affecting you?
Hell, I think that's what it was.
Because you never did like a long stretch of time.
That little 16 months was the longest to this day.
Because I mean, the 2010 to 2011, that's pretty much like 6 months.
Yeah.
So that ain't really. I mean, it's still sitting down.
It was like
I never been to
5.5,
jail, so
yeah.
I can't say that ain't nothing. But
it was like 5.5.
5.5 months.
Yeah, something like
and
that.
you coming right back.
Yeah. So then my broad at the time talked me into moving to Atlanta with her. Boom, I moved to the A.
For real.
Yeah, I moved to the A. At this time, I'm not even catching new cases.
You just fighting the ocean.
Violations.
God.
I was the violation king. I'm not turning myself in. I'm doing nothing y'all tell me to do. Catch me when you can.
And you're not going to court.
I ain't doing shit. Catch me when you can. That's what it was. He started going into that like, fuck it, like. Just,
that's why Grandpops ain't want to bail your ass out because he knew you was a catch me if you can.
Yeah, I was catch me if you can, nigga. I used to look at niggas like, how y'all turn yourself in?
That's tough.
I've never been able to. I had weekends one time, bro.
You didn't do it.
Right? No, I walked up there and turned myself in. I'll tell you the funniest shit ever.
Oh my God.
I walked up in there and turned myself in for the weekend. So I see a little broad I knew she had to do weekends too, right? So I'm like, hey, you gotta do the bullpen shit every weekend? She's like, hell yeah. This in Santa Rita.
So you gotta like go in through the bullpen, wait for them to process you. Then
That's
you go
Santa Rita. You might not even touch a bed. You be in a bullpen for 2 days.
That's tough.
I said, I'm not doing that shit. I turned around. I come up on the breath. Come get me. They gonna have to catch me when they can.
And how long before they caught you?
Fuck, like 6 months.
That's crazy.
But I don't think I had like 90 days to do. I think I did a little 90 days on that.
So did you ever go to the pen, or it was all Santa Rita, or all county? I should say.
Mostly Santa Rita. The last one, and they gave me it was like a prison sentence, but I had enough time in already.
So it didn't make sense to transfer?
Nah.
Got you. I wonder what that is called.
It was called
I wouldn't fucking know.
damn, blood. I forgot what that shit was called back in the day. Damn, what the fuck, bro?
I mean, it's cool. It ain't that big.
Yeah.
So 2011 now, what after you do that little 6 months, then what is the people around you saying? Like, bro, what the fuck? Why you keep going down? Or was everybody was kind of going in and out at that time?
Yeah, we was all going in.
And at least you ain't catching no serious time.
Nah, we was all going in and out of jail. And then one time, we had the whole Brookfield and motherfucker. We didn't have our own pod, nigga. All Brookfield niggas. They was tearing our ass up. I'm talking about the OGs and everything. And that motherfucker, we in there lit. Like, you feel me? Nigga 34 West. Matter of fact, all of us.
That's crazy.
Mind you, my nigga Duke had just left. Let me tell you how sick this shit is. Nigga, I bailed Duke out. Right? The day I bail him out, I go to jail and take his fucking bed.
What?
On mamas, I can't make this shit up.
That's crazy.
Swear to God.
Did he bail you out?
I wasn't no bailing out for me.
You catch me if I can.
Yeah, so all my shit had no bail hold. I had to see the judge. Even if I did get out in 2 or 3 days, I still had to see the judge. Yeah, so I had bailed him out and took his place.
So let me, we're going to get a little serious. So let me, it's crazy because I was just talking to my pops about this today. What was jail like for you? Is it like, do you think it's more like rehabilitation? Do you think it's inhumane? Like,
I mean, that shit nasty in the motherfucker. Man, listen, I'm this type of person, bro. Like, I was always taught, like, make the best out of everything. So, except for I was doing that shit, just doing it. It wasn't really nothing. Except for like this last time I went, I was complaining.
I don't mean to laugh. How much time did you do last time?
I ain't doing what 2 months. That shit was hell. Fuck.
What was the difference from back in the day and now? You older?
The politics, like.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
This last time I went to jail in San Jose, right?
How long ago was this, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, shit, February.
Oh, wow.
It was from December to February.
Okay.
But it was just different. Like, the way they operate is different from what I'm used to.
What you mean by that?
Like, in my county, the Pisces don't got no say-so.
The what?
Pisces. Like, just the regular Mexicans.
Gotcha.
They don't got no, the fuck, like.
Oh, but San Jose, it's a lot of Mexicans out there.
Yeah. So they kind of be
they
pushing.
Like run.
They pushing their line. Like,
they deep.
Yeah, but I'm still on some, who cares?
Yeah.
You gonna knock 3 of them out, I'm gonna knock 3 of them out.
Right.
So, even if it is 25 to 10,
Right.
we're gonna beat their ass.
Yeah.
They don't want to see it like that. So, I'm like, whatever.
So you was feeling out of your element?
Definitely. Hated it. Hated it like a motherfucker. Like, I can't do this shit. My mama like, nigga, you used to just do that shit and come home. This time you just was kept complaining. You don't need to go back. You getting too old for that shit. I said, I know, man.
That's crazy.
I wasn't supposed to.
I always wondered that, though, about the jail shit. It's like, I never understood how people can go down, get out, and go back. But then it's like, I understand that lifestyle becomes habitual. It's like, this is how I eat, this is how I feed my family, this is how I survive.
You get used to it.
And I'm doing illegal shit to do that, so that's just a part of the game.
See, this is the thing, bro. Ain't nobody never did nothing and said, I'm going to get caught doing it.
Right. You never plan to get caught.
You never plan to get caught. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, it just happens. Some niggas have more bad luck than the other ones. There's some niggas that done did a lot more than me and ain't never been to jail.
Right, yeah. You know? And some that did one thing and did way more time.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just kind of how the game goes.
Yeah.
So what happened after that when you got out in 2011?
That's when I moved to
Atlanta. Exactly, that's where we was at. So how was Atlanta out there?
Atlanta was cool. I went out there, I was fucking with the weed. Mm-hmm. And then I had bought some weed, had it sent out there, and it got nabbed. It's working.
Did the people take off or it got caught in transit?
No, I got caught in transit. Then I had some more sent out there by somebody I was fucking with. I had bought some and they sent me some. So they sent me what I bought, basically. They doubled me up. So just so I can get back. I had to send somewhere else. The package saying delivered all the shit, but the person I'm telling the person not
sending it to
kept saying it wasn't there. So, make a long story short, I figure out the nigga shammed me. So he thought it was cool, some little white boy or whatever. He thought it was cool. I seen that nigga. He thought it was cool. I wasn't tripping, acting like I didn't know. I just fired on that nigga. Bam. He in the car, pulled him out the car, beat him up. Bam. I was moving from the spot I was in right there to another spot.
This is in the A.
This is in the A. So, nigga, we pulled that nigga in the house. Nigga took his car, beat him up hella good, and made him tell us what happened to that weed. And I think I did some dumb shit, probably called his mom, made him call his mom and tell him you ain't coming back until you give me that money. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, bro. Me and this nigga, my partner, we was on some bullshit about that fucking weed, bro. So he told me that the other nigga that was be over there talked him into doing it, whoop, 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 whoop. And me and the nigga, we, all right. So we got him. We went and bought some cuffs and all kind of shit. So we got this nigga cuffs still at the house. I forgot who we had stay there with him, so he don't leave. I drove his car to where the niggas be at. They all out there talking, so I see him. But I park like right here, and I come around the back because I know I can come around the back out the bushes. So we came out the bushes. We came out the bushes on them niggas
I'm listening.
with a chopper. They act like they want to run. I say, you better not run. I'm going to pop your ass. They said, they're like, man, we ain't take your shit, blood. Basically, make a long story short, we stripped their ass for whatever they had. It still wasn't broke ass niggas. That shit really. It still wasn't compared to my fucking
For what you
weed,
lost,
bro.
yeah.
He saying the light boy lying. I don't know. I just left that shit alone.
So then how long you stayed in the A?
After my dumb ass did the shit to the white boy, his mama them called back. If you don't let him go, we're gonna call the police. I didn't think about that part. Stupid motherfucker. Listen, I let that boy go. Boy, get your ass up out of here, boy.
So how long before you moved back out here?
I stayed out there a year. Cause after that, I was kind of daggered. I was fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have nothing else. That was my everything. That was all I had. Like, I think I went and tried to get a job out there. I said, oh, fuck. Like, I couldn't fuck with that shit.
Was that your first? Was that like the only job you ever had?
Nah, hell
You was
no.
doing like small jobs in between this whole time.
I ain't gonna lie. I worked with my mama's husband for a minute. I used to go to work with him all the time. This when I was younger. That's how I ended up learning how to paint houses and shit. I had worked at Safeway. I actually had a job at Safeway, matter of fact, when I caught the fucking case in San Jose when I was 18. They fired me, though, for catching that case.
Got you.
I had a job. I had a couple jobs and shit, but I don't think I never had no job for over a year. I never worked a full year in my life. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't think. Not that I can remember. I ain't never had no job for no year.
So when you get back from the A, what year is this? Like
2012.
2012.
Yep, 2012. I came back home. But I had already knew it was a little jug that I was doing because right before I left, I was doing this little jug with the phones.
Okay.
And so now by this time, I'm finna get evicted out my spot in Atlanta. But I got the money. So now I done started doing this phone. I got the money now.
But you back out here?
Nah,
Oh, you
I'm
out
still
there.
in the A.
Uh-huh.
They like, nah, we still evicted you, yada, yada, yada. All right, they didn't want the money. All right, fuck it. Boom, they evicted me. Now I'm out of here.
So you with the girl still or no?
Nah, yeah, I'm with the girl. Shit. Cause I think it was just like we was having hella bad luck at the time.
Right.
Like we had the rent money, but I think she had owed the bank some money from 7 years prior when she had opened the account. And it had like $1,000 in their account. They took it. Before I left for the A, like that couple years, a period of time, like I was doing okay. Feel me? Like before, like when I went to jail in 08, right? I went to jail in 08. I'm talking about nigga. I think I had like 2 Benzes, Charger.
Oh, so you was up.
Bought a bike. I got hella shit. Like I'm riding down the thing with BK. We in my gray Benz, bro. We riding down Broadway. We in my gray Benz, right? I look to the left. I said, ooh, that motherfucker clean. It's a black one like mine, but it's a little newer with some better rims on it. I said, BK, he cleaner than me, huh? He like, yeah, that's a little cleaner than yours. I said, I'm finna go buy that motherfucker right now. He like, man, cut it out. We busted a bitch. I pulled up in that motherfucker. I walked out like 15 minutes later. Like, you could take the gray one to work.
What?
He was working at Oxford Street at this time. He like, bro, you really just went and bought that car.
So you was up like that?
Right.
This like 08 you said, or this
Yeah,
is?
this 08. This 08. I went to jail a little bit after that, remember? Because We had the gray one. I had the gray one parked on the phone, and then I had let the paint shop nigga use it to go to a funeral in the morning. And that night, I think me and Norm was back to back in them motherfuckers going to a party at Arsimona's.
Arsimona's.
Ain't that the one on top of La Chevelle's?
Yeah.
We was going to a party at Arsimona's. So he's like, let's go back to back. I'm like, fuck it, it's good. Like, you feel me? So boom, I think we had parked the one by the paint shop so he can jump in the morning. And then I'm dropping my partner off. I'm blasting through the back street. Pop, pop, pop. Not thinking when no fucking police finna be back there. I done ran the fucking stop sign. I'm drunk than a motherfucker.
Got blurred.
Got a warrant and went down here from there. Ended up getting out like in 2 weeks. I got out in 2 weeks from that. I think I had my Mustang or something. And I'm trying to find my Benz. And in the process of that, I went back to jail again.
So wait, we back in 08 now.
Yeah. So that's when all that, and then boom, that's when all the time came. Then I got out in 2009, right? So I got in 2009. I bought I bought an '08 750, and I bought another GXP with the V8 in it. And then my cousin ended up wrecking that shit or something like that. And then I sold it, and that's when I moved to Atlanta. So I had been having some shit before I had even got to Atlanta. Like I helped my bitch get the little '08 Honda or whatever. So we took that to Atlanta. And then I came back here, and boom, I'm sitting on my partner couch. Mind you, this nigga don't get up till 4 o'clock in the afternoon off the drink. You feel me? I'm like, man, fuck, bro. But I'm really like on this nigga couch, like, I'm like, man, what the fuck am I doing, bro? Like, one day I got up and I walked to the bar station, bro. I said, if I stay there, I'm gonna drown. That's what I said to myself. I don't give a fuck if I gotta stay on motherfucking couches in the East, bro. I'm gonna be around where the money at.
So you was in Atlanta at this?
No,
Oh,
this was.
Could you say Park?
We was
right?
staying in Pittsburgh.
Okay, could you say
my
Park?
partner stayed in Pittsburgh. Not that it was nothing got to do with him or nothing like that.
You was just like, what am I? Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like, bro, I'm sitting on, nigga, I just went from living cool, nigga, to laying on the nigga couch with nothing. Like, really with nothing, bro. Nothing. I don't even know where the fuck my clothes was at. Like, nothing. Like, all right. My partner called me. He had some type of jug going on. His cousin worked at a certain place. I bust a move. I made a dub real quick. Pay everybody. I think I probably got like 10, 12,000. And it clicked in my head. I can do the phone shit in California. They had been doing the phone shit in Atlanta. Basically, nigga was getting hella phones. Hella them motherfuckers.
And like flipping them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm like $7,000, $8,000 days. Just
God damn.
going, working, nigga, jugging. My dumb ass buy a fucking Camaro. I done had all these foreigns, but something about them goddamn Camaros, bro. I love them cars, bro. I went bought me a Camaro, put it on fire. I said, I'm finna be ratchet. I don't give a fuck. I went got the Camaro, put it on fours, put hella knock in it. I was having a ball in that motherfucker. I kept that motherfucker. I was doing that shit. I was doing pretty good off that shit for about 2 years. And pop, boom, what happened? After that, that's when 2013 came. I still had the mirror, was doing cool. But the phone shit was kind of dying out. You feel me? And that's when Amber had got killed in 2013. After that, Amber was like, that was my cousin, but it was more like my sister because we kind of grew up to each other. Like this, like kind of like we, everything. Like,
she got murdered?
Yeah, she got killed. She got killed at my cousin. It was my cousin's birthday, and he had a little skate party, and some niggas went up there and started shooting.
I know that name. I feel like I remember this whole situation, actually.
They was shooting.
She was popular, huh?
Yeah, she was kind of popular.
Yeah, I think I remember this whole situation.
And she got killed because I don't know what the fuck the nigga was doing or whatever. But
So she wasn't targeted.
it wasn't for her. Hell no. It was he just shooting, doing some dumb shit, randomly shooting, and he ended up getting caught, and they gave him life for that shit.
Wow.
And see, that's like, say for instance, like with that type of shit, like they looking at me like, oh, you gonna come? I'm not coming to shit. I don't play it like that. Like you know, I love her to death, but I probably went to one court date, but all that, the family, you want to say something? No, I'm not saying shit. Like I'm sorry. Like if somebody gonna be mad, they just gonna have to be mad at me because I'm not doing that. Nothing got to do with them courts. I'm not doing that. And 2013, so the phone shit started dying out, and that was 2013. Phone shit started dying out. Boom, she died. Took a minute for me to shake back from that.
Can we talk about that for a minute, or?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
So, I know that couldn't have been your first time of somebody like that getting pulled away from you.
It was, actually.
Really, that close?
That close.
So you didn't have like friends growing up?
Nah, that like before that it was like probably like the closest was like my nigga Maine. But like niggas from my neighborhood, like they really didn't die. They wasn't getting killed. I mean, we stayed over there. But if you got like a Brookfield nigga get killed, it was probably by another Brookfield nigga 9 times out of 10. Like, you know, and it wasn't a lot of those, to be honest. So like my nigga Tone, he was hella close to me when like he got killed. Like me and Tone to get on the bus and ride the bus and go to Tech and be back and forth. Like that was my nigga though. You feel me? But I always like in the streets, like I kind of like not like that, but somebody gonna die. So I always accepted that. You feel me? Us being street niggas and the shit that we go through every day, somebody gonna die. I understand that.
Right.
So not that I expect it, but I expect it. So I prepared for that. But her, that's different. Like I never in a million years expected her to get shot. Out of all people, I expect my friends to get shot. Not like that, but you know, nigga, we live a certain type of life. It's not like that I want them to get shot or I'm expecting them to get shot, but I expect it, if you understand what I'm saying. Being that, like, it could be me, could be him, like, you never know. But, like, when it's somebody who's so innocent as her, it's like, damn, that shit hit different.
And y'all growing up, pretty much being raised as siblings, I think we all probably got cousins like that. Did everybody else kind of look at you to see how you took it?
Yeah.
Did that add a little bit more pressure on you?
Bro, I had to tell her daughter, bro.
Wow.
I had to tell her mama, bro.
Wow.
I had to tell her motherfucking brothers. I had to tell them because I was with her. And I was beating myself up for hell long.
You was there?
Yeah, I was there. See, they had started, like, fighting or whatever. So, she had my other little cousins with her. So, she like, I'm finna leave. But mind you, that night, she kept bothering me, and I kept running from her. Like, I ain't fucking with you. You a hater. I kept calling her a hater the whole night. She's like, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm like, you a hater.
She was older?
She was probably like 6 months older.
Okay.
Like,
so y'all really like brother and sister.
But I kept running, but I'm laughing the whole time.
Yeah, taking it on.
Even in the line, I don't know if because BK was in the line, she kept chasing me around the line and shit. And I'm like, you a hater. And I ain't paying your way to get in. Right? Because I think BK had ended up paying her way to get in or something that night. So the whole night I had been dodging her because I forgot what it was about, but it wasn't nothing serious. It was more so funny. But I'm just taking it on one being me because I know she getting irritated and she know I'm trying to get her irritated, so it's like that type of shit. So now when all the shit going on, I'm finna get these kids out of here. I'm like, hurry up, cut. Like, you feel me? I'm like, call me when you get home. She like, okay. So I got my other cousins in here too, other girl cousins, like it's Norm, sister Brittany, and all them. So I'm thinking she fine because she left already. So I'm making sure they cool. I never knew nobody went outside. I didn't hear no gunshots, no nothing. My little cousin came running back in. My little cousin Chrissy, she ran back in. She's like, Davo. I'm like, what's going on? She's like, Amber got shot. I'm like, Amber got shot. But still, I kind of start jogging. I'm still never thinking this is what it is.
Right.
Like, I'm like, she probably got shot in the leg or something. She all right. Like, when I get out there, she was laying face down. So I'm shaking her like, Amber, she ain't moving.
Oh, so there's no ambulance there yet, nothing?
Nuh-uh. I try to lift her up and turn her on her back. And then when I looked, her eyes like was closed or something, like I can't remember.
Like
But it was a hell of blood on her face. So I kind of dropped her like, and my partner dirty. And I'm just staring at her for hella long. Like it felt like forever. Cause at that point I knew, like I did not want to accept it, but I knew, like that was that girl, like that was my heart right there. Like, you feel me? That was my heart, like with nobody, like nothing, like nigga. That was my nigga. Like we looked out for each other.
Right.
Regardless, I don't give a fuck how mad. Like we made sure each other ate. We made sure, like it was my everything. Like my real sister.
Right.
We grew up like this.
Right.
So I knew it from at that point. And my nigga was shaking me. Like, bruh, get out of that shit. Get out of that shit. And by that time, the ambulance here. I'm still looking like, I'm like, man, what the fuck? Like, you feel me? So my auntie Net, like, I'm gonna go, you wanna go to the hospital? I'm like, nah, I don't wanna go to the hospital. Like, can you just get the kids for me? Like, you feel me?
Those are her kids?
No, these was all my
the kids that was still at the skating rink.
Yeah, like that was with her.
Right.
She had a group of kids with her, which was my little cousin Chris.
Oh, these is actual kids.
Yes,
Got
my little
you.
cousins, her.
When you saying kids, I'm thinking just people a few years older than y'all, younger than y'all.
No, these were kids
Got
at
you.
the time.
Oh,
like,
wow.
She was Auntie Amber.
Got you.
You feel me? So these were all her nieces, because she is the youngest out of her mama. 80 years old.
Got you.
So she's the youngest one out of all of them. She is the youngest auntie. Her sisters and shit is my daddy age.
Older. Got you.
So that's how we ended up being so close. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, her daddy was my first cousin. I was the second. But being that she was the youngest one, she was born with me.
Got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so all her sisters is my daddy and them age. They had kids and younger kids and shit like that. So,
right. I know what you're saying. Yeah. That makes sense.
So she got the kids with her. But she was that type of motherfucker. She always had the kids with her. She always had the kids with her. Like, I'm talking about from BK daughter, nigga, to... If you had a kid, if you was close, you had a kid, she had that kid, bro.
Right.
She all her activities most of the time was with the kids. So she didn't think, nigga, she was with the kids that night like she normally be. Her youngest daughter was at home. Her son, I think he was with his daddy. All right, so so that night, so I tell my auntie Ned, I'm like, just grab the kids, like, you feel me? Cause I was in that Camaro I was talking about, and my nigga Nate was with me. Remember the one I said I was staying at the house in Pittsburgh?
What are you on the couch?
He was with me too that night, and I called. I had to make that call. I called her brother Fist. They're taking her to whoop whoop whoop.
So at this point, my bad for interrupting you, she's not pronounced deceased at the
No.
Got you.
I called Fist, told Fisto to meet her, which is her older brother.
At the hospital.
At the hospital. So this is going to I'm not going, like, he like, all right, well, call Quaco, my mom and them. So I call her other brother. I tell him what happened. He there, so he tell his mama, like, hey, so now everybody, I gotta call my granddaddy. Granddaddy just shot Amber. Like, you feel me? Now, mind you, my granddaddy, and this why we was so close. Because my granddaddy stay on the block right here, and my auntie stay on the block right here. So basically, and my grandmother and her mother is sisters.
Got you.
So they stay right down the street from each other.
And then you was staying with grandpops for a long time.
Yeah,
So
but I always, like, even when I did stay in Brookfield, I came to my granddaddy's house every weekend. Like, when I got out of school Friday, I go to my granddaddy's house till Sunday night.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? That was just routine. Went to my granddaddy's house every weekend. Feel me? So, because I go play with Amber and shit like that. Like, I wanted to get over there. You feel me? And my granddaddy never had the paper too. Like, you know, they got the paper.
Life was a little bit easier.
Yeah, my granddaddy bought me all the Jordans and all the shit, bro. Like, you feel me? So, when I called everybody, and then I'm just sitting there, so like probably like they doing their investigation, they ain't letting nobody leave. You know how that shit go. Whoa. About an hour later, her brother called me and like, bro, she dead, bro.
So at this time, are you still hopeful that she gonna be all right, or you kind of know because you felt her? And your response to you feeling her kind of let me know that you might have known her.
I knew.
You could tell. You was just being
but I
hopeful
just didn't
still.
want to accept it.
Right. That makes sense.
So I was just hoping that by some type of miracle, by the grace of God, like that what I was feeling was not the right feeling.
Right.
You know what I'm
hoping
saying?
you was wrong.
Exactly. So she died. He called me like, man, she gone. And I just hung up in his face. I just started crying. I cried hella loud. I don't know if it was loud. I don't know, but
Right.
I had a lot of people around me at the time. I was just like, fuck. I think KK and them was there and shit like that. Like, they all, feel me? Like, and I'm just on some. And all I kept saying was like, somebody gonna pay for this. Somebody gonna pay. That's all I kept saying. Like, somebody gonna pay for this. Somebody gonna pay. Like, you got me fucked up. Somebody gonna pay for this. She didn't deserve that shit, bro. So, sat there for another couple hours. And then they finally let me go. I left. Then we went to 66. So, boom, everybody coming over there. And then, me and BK, we was mad at each other at the time. But he still came over there. Even though we hadn't talked or nothing for hella long. Cause we was mad at each other on some stupid shit. Like, he still came over there. And then that night we kind of was like, bro, we kind of life too short for this bullshit, bro. Like, you feel me? And that nigga hugged me, blood. I'm like, whatever, I'm here for you. Like, you feel me? And I just cried, bro. And her daughter came outside and just started staring at me. I'm like, but I can't look at her. Like, I keep walking off like, but she keeps staring at me like, they hadn't told her yet. But she trying to figure out why all these people over here and why I look a mess. She's never seen me look like that before. And I know she keeps staring at me like, what the fuck is wrong with him? He ain't came over here and picked me up, no nothing. Like, yeah, I'm like, man, like, I just couldn't look at her, bro. Like, knowing what was going on and nobody had that shit was fucking me up.
And nobody told her?
Yeah.
You felt like she needed to know?
Nah, I don't know, to be honest.
You was just mad at the world, really?
Yeah, just finding some shit to be mad at. Like, really wasn't mad at nobody in particular. I was just mad. Like, because I understood one thing is like you gotta find out how to tell her first.
Right.
Um,
And be prepared for all her questions.
yeah. So yeah, that's how that happened. And she died. I kind of recovered from that or whatever.
Can we talk about the recovery from that? Like, how was that? Did you go get professional help? Did you go?
Hell no.
You just kind of
I drunk the pain away, bro.
really.
Whole lot of cough syrup. High in the motherfucker every day. I'm talking about I'm drinking so much of that shit, it's just ridiculous. I had been drinking, but around that time I was heavy with it.
Already, or because of that?
Well, I probably drunk a lot more than I probably would have normally drunk because of that.
Numbing the pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough right there, man. So I don't want to say how long did it take you to shake back, because you never really kind of bounce back like
I
that.
still ain't shook back,
Right.
bro. Like certain days, like I be having it hard. Like when I first had my son and shit, I looked at that nigga, bro, and just started crying.
Because she never got to meet him.
She never got to meet him.
Tough.
And her main thing was, when you gonna have a baby? You need to have me a baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that right there kind of be fucking me up. And then it'd be like certain days, like, you never really get over that shit. It's more so you just learn how to deal with it. So I've kind of learned how to deal with it more than anything. You know what I'm saying? But as far as just, I didn't use that shit for like motivation. Like, that's why I'm gonna do this, cause you feel me? Like, and I ain't gonna lie though, I gotta keep it a buck. Like, I still feel like at times, like, whether you want to believe in my beliefs or not, it's just what I believe. Like, she be watching over me.
Right.
Like with certain things, I just be feeling that shit. Like certain days, like you just be better than the other ones. Like some days I wake up, I might just cry,
Right.
shake that shit off, and go on by my day. But I be needing a minute. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's important too, though. It's like I go through that all the time with, growing up where we grew up. You deal with stuff like that, unfortunately, and it's like I think that's so important to know. To first of all be aware, like, okay, I know when I'm in that mode and I need a minute, and then to be able to feel comfortable enough to let that out and to talk about it. To be honest, so I do appreciate that, because that's the tough part with nobody being men. It's like I gotta be especially being in the streets. I gotta be macho.
Honest,
I gotta
like,
be
talking about it, bro, is more therapeutic than anything.
right. That's a fact.
That shit like more therapeutic than anything, because I feel like the more you talk about shit, the better you're able to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Holding it in ain't really good. Like, you gotta talk about this shit. Like, maybe a lot of times, like, a motherfucker might be holding this shit in blood, and then like when it's time to talk about it, you snap.
Yeah.
And see, that's from holding that shit in. You know what I'm saying? Talk about that shit, get it out the way, cause when it do come out, it ain't gonna come out the way it need to come out for the motherfucker that you need to talk about it with. Understands it, and you might be holding that shit in, or certain feelings you got, but everybody got somebody they can talk to. Like, everybody got somebody they can find in. So men cry, bro. Like, I ain't met a nigga yet who ain't cried. So if a nigga tell you he ain't never cried,
You lying.
there's a motherfucking lie.
Right.
Period. So everybody gonna cry. Let that shit out. Don't hold that shit in. Feel me? Nigga, I was crying. I had an anxiety attack. I had an anxiety attack, bruh. My stupid ass that took a fucking shroom, right? Oh, I start fucking tweaking and shit, bruh. I said, what the fuck? I said, oh, god damn. Bruh, so I don't know why, I just want to cry, right? I called BK, I said, BK. He's like, what do you want? You high off that stupid ass drug, bitch. Ain't nobody told you to take that shit. I said, I'm having an anxiety attack. I want to cry. What you do? He said, cry.
That's fire though. That
So I just cried, shit. Like it felt better.
That's good, man. We
Like-
need that. We need that. I'm a component of that, man.
That
Get
don't
shit out,
make
man.
you not less masculine and then
Right.
cry. Shit, I might do cry, nigga, but come test me like I'm a crybaby.
Right.
Make you cry.
Yeah.
Like,
That's good though that you get that shit out, man. I'm pro cry, man. Get that shit out.
I'm gonna get that shit out. I don't give a fuck.
So if you don't mind me asking, what year was this when she passed?
That's 2013.
2013. So how was life for you after that? Like how do you even go day to day after that?
It was cool. Right after that, I started, like I say, the phone shit started dying down. Then I started fucking with some other shit. You know what I'm saying? After that, life was great, actually.
You start getting to the bread.
Oh, yeah. It's like I had an angel on my back.
Well, it ain't like you did. You did. You
Yeah.
clearly said that.
For sure. Like,
So at what point does this song that I know of you from? Because like I said, when we first met, and I hate to just kind of segue like that, but when we first met, we got introduced, and I heard the name, and I was like, I don't know if you remember this, but I asked you in halftime. I'm like, wait, is you the dude that had a song with
you did.
with Dej Loaf? And you was
Yeah.
like, yeah. So tell me kind of how that came about. Obviously, you was getting to it at that point.
all right, boom.
And what year is this?
That was 2014.
So we right in the perfect. So we right in the right timeline.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
bet.
2014, that's when I had the song. I can remember it was like the end of 2014.
Okay.
The boy Dame,
Okay.
he got away with back then too, like meeting motherfuckers doing shit like so. I don't know if he reached out to her or whatever, but that's when Try Me had first came out.
Cause that shit blew out here.
Yes, my nigga Ray booked her for a show. They gave her an undisclosed amount of money.
Right.
So she was already coming down here. So I hit the boy Dame like, hey, I'm trying to get a feature. Hey, yeah, it's all good. Woody. I was half-ass rapping around the time. I wasn't doing hell of no rapping, but because I had been rapping when I was in Atlanta too. I was rapping. I was doing shows. They was fucking with me in Atlanta.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But I hadn't really did too much no rapping since I had been back from Atlanta. So I don't know if Dame was
Taking you serious.
taking me serious or whatever. So the night before she had the show or whatever, I'm calling Dame. He ain't answering the phone. Saturday, he called me after I had been calling him. Like, man, I'm sure you still want that verse from Days. I'm like, bro, I've been calling you, like, cause everybody else playing. That's what he said. So that let me know he was shopping her around with these other niggas that's popular at the time, and then nobody want to pay what he was trying to pay, what she wanted, which was $4,500. I gave her some. He like, man, you got the money, cause I said, bro, check this out, bro. I don't be calling about nigga like about something I ain't got no fucking money for, nigga. Like, no, I'm just saying, nigga. Like, cause Dame don't know my situation. He don't know. He just see a little couple niggas that's more flashier than me. He thinking got more money than me, and that wasn't never the case. I wasn't even tripping at that time. I was banked up, nigga. I was driving a Subaru with chicken, big old bag. Like, you feel me? Like, nigga, the day I paid for that bitch, bro, I came outside and spent $20,000 and laughed about it. I just on some outside, just coming outside shit. Like, spent the dub that day. Like, that's the shit Dame wasn't really knowing. Like,
Right.
what you mean? Like, I'm up, nigga. Like, you tripping. So, we make that shit happen. But it happened, like, if he would have confirmed it with me, I would have been more prepared. I didn't even have no beat for the bitch. Right? He like, my boy MD got the beat, woo woo. So I go in there and pick a beat from MD. He like, I had this beat. That was the I Ain't Got Time beat. He like, I had this beat for Dame. I said, nah, Dame gotta let me get this. Like, you feel me? I hit Dame, bro, you gotta let me get this beat, bro. I don't want nothing else. I just want this beat. So all I knew was I wanted that beat. All I knew was I wanted that beat. So Dame like, fuck it, you can have the beat, bro. He said the nigga wanted 500 for the beat, so I gave him 500. So basically 5,000 for everything. So Dame was like, man, listen, with that beat, I was thinking about some shit like I ain't got time. Like staying that topic, like, I'm like, all right. I wrote it. I ain't got time cause I run these streets. My money too long while you hating on me. I be on my grind and I run these streets. So it's about time that I flood these streets. And I'm like, man, I don't like that flood these streets part. That shit sound ancient as fuck. Right? Dame like, hell no, that part clean. Dame like, bro, just let her do it, bro. I'm like, all right. So she in there. I ain't gonna lie, nigga, Dame like, hey. He like, Dave. She like, yeah, what's up? He like, tell him we going back to Brookfield on this one.
That was fire.
Right? That's Dame.
Wow.
That's Dame.
When
Dame
I
told her
heard
to
that,
say that.
I ain't gonna lie. Go ahead, let me let you finish the story.
Dame said,
I'm gonna tell you how
that bitch
how it,
came up to me, we going back to Brookfield on this one. And how I wrote the hook, I was imagining her singing it. But that bitch nailed it. I have never done that for nobody. Never. Never done that for nobody, bro. Like, never done that shit for nobody. Like, and for me to do that, like, damn, I think I can write for people. Like,
because nobody else had a feature from her, especially out here.
nobody.
Because this is early on with her.
Nigga, nobody had a feature from her, period. I gave that lady her first $5,000 off some music, bro. Well, no, her second, actually. Cause she got, what she charging for the show? Like 5,000, some shit? Something she charged down there, we paid. She came out here between me and my crew, made 10 bands. Probably the first 10,000 she ever seen in her life, bro. On some 100 shit, cause I bought the girl a bottle of Hennessy and she just said, oh my God, like you could tell, you know, they come from nothing out there in Detroit. Right. Like, you know, like everybody ain't up in Detroit. Like, so when she did that, she laid that hook. That bitch nailed it. I don't even got a verse. I let her knock out that hook. I'm like, we out. So now I'm like, all right, I need that video. She said, all right, I'm gonna charge you 500 more just for the video. I'll be back out here for Halloween. I'm like, all right, boom. So in my mind, my partner, before we even got there, my nigga Ray Ryder, he like, bro, you paying her too much for that shit, blood. Woo, woo. We can get Peasy. At the time, I really didn't know who the fuck Peasy was. Who the fuck is Peasy? I'm like, bro, this bitch finna be a star, bro. Mark my word, I said it. You can ask me to this day. I said, when we on the way to that, I said, that bitch finna be a star, bro. I'm telling you. So, I ain't gonna lie. After we did that shit, bro, like 2-3 weeks later, the bitch was a star. Like, for real. Think she was on verge of signing a deal and yada, yada, yada. And she was starting to get hard to talk to. So, but, you know, I'm a street nigga and we give niggas our word and shit like that. So, I never knew, like, she was going to go back against her word about the video. Because without the video, to me, the Philly song wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, well, I got to hurry up and get my verse. And I had been playing with, I'm on some Kevin Gates shit. I don't get tired. kept saying that, but I'm trying to start the verse like that. It just wasn't working for me. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I gotta get this shit. I gotta get this shit for this lady come. Like, I gotta,
Right.
like, and Dame like, oh, but don't over rap it. We know you can rap, but don't over rap it. Have fun with this shit. So him telling me that, I got that in there. And I got this Kevin Gates line. Like, I got to use this fucking line. That line is hard, like, to me.
Right.
Like, but then I start thinking like, well, I can't use that starting. That's not a good delivery. But we had went to the Louis store. We had went to the Louis store in Frisco. Mm-hmm. We walking back to the car. At the time, I had a CL 600 on 4Gs, right? And we just catting off, walking around, coming back to the car. And I had just went to the Louis store and I bought some Louis Evidence glasses, right? And my partner like, I mean, just talk about the shit that's been going on the last couple of weeks. I'm like, I know, huh? But I'm saying I still need a delivery. I don't know what you finna do, but you better get that shit done for that bitch come out here. Like, you feel me? So I don't know what made me say like, so I'm walking and I'm like, spent about $1 band on my Louis Evidence. And I keep pulling out my money going, because it's evident a nigga getting hella rich. I just said it like 4 or 5 times. Nigga like, you should start your shit off like that. I'm like, so now I got my delivery. Like, okay, boom. And I end up getting into it with a nigga on Instagram. I'm like, I went to Instagram, shit get you fucked up, nigga. Like, so going back and forth. I'm about to keep arguing with you, bro, on this shit. Like, and I think like niggas had did something, and I'm gonna drop 100 on that nigga. Like, so I go in the studio. Now I'm on one. Spit about $1 band on my Louis Evidence. Cause it's evident a nigga getting hella rich. All that Instagram shit'll get your melon split. Slide through, drop 100, let the cater drip. Right? I'm like, ooh, I'm finna throw that Kevin Gates line here. I want some Kevin Gates shit. I don't get tired. On the 4, late night, trying to get mine.
What's the 4?
The 4 was the trap we had.
What 4 is it on though? If you don't mind
94.
94, okay.
94, we had a trap. Well, I ain't gonna lie. We used to all be over there.
I heard you say that earlier. That's why I asked.
Yeah. So like, people might think I was just rapping.
But you really talking.
That was really telling them, like,
a story.
Everything I was talking about on that first verse was facts.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Came up to, stayed down to come up. Ain't got no new friends. Now I'm racked up for Giottos on the new Benz. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that shit was going on.
Right.
You feel me? So, like, my partner had said, like, man, motherfucker probably be thinking you just rapping on that motherfucker blood, but I know what's going on, nigga. You telling the truth, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's real.
And,
so what ended up happening with the video?
bro, so I got the shit done. Wasn't fully mixed or nothing, but it was enough to do a video. Man, that lady got out here and fucking, what you call it, bro?
Ghosted you?
Ghosted me. Never got a chance to get in contact with that lady again, bro.
And at this time, that song is bubbling.
Going up.
Cause that's how I first heard of you.
Going up. It's going crazy. Everybody posting it. Everybody on it. Woo, woo. The bitch ain't never reposted it or nothing. Like, on some straight fag shit, bro. Like, god damn. Like, I really feel like, man, you was the first niggas that gave me some money. And so just think, like, at the time, Try Me going up and then my song going up. So if she would have just put, it would have been, like, it was like, you on 2 singles, it's hot.
Right.
But she was already Oakland, California hot. And bitch, we made you who you are. Before your own city got on your song.
We got
on your song.
You couldn't go nowhere without hearing that.
That's what I'm saying. So I kind of feel like, for the culture, you should have did that, bro. Like, supposedly she had signed that deal or whatever. They told her she couldn't fuck with no indie artists. But you know, and that's part of me not knowing shit.
Right.
Because like now, I would have did it total different. Like I would have paid her for the video on the spot, made her sign a contract
Right.
to where if she don't meet these obligations, she gonna have to pay me this much money. So the label couldn't have said shit. Cause she signed a contract, she has to do this video. Now, if y'all want to pay me X amount of dollars,
For her not to do the video and that's
yeah, and my price probably would have been triple
Right.
of what I actually gave her because I would have spent that on another artist and another feature and another video.
Right. So you feel like the song was wasted almost?
Definitely, definitely.
Did it do anything for you as far as your career at all?
Lightweight.
But because no video, you wasn't really trying to make it shake because you didn't.
Nah, I was trying to make it shake, but it's just like we come in a day and age where that shit would have worked out for me 10 years prior to that.
Right.
See what I'm saying? I would have. It would have went better, but at that time we was in a time where video. You got to have a video. Motherfuckers wasn't trying to hear nothing. They was so just. I got 125,000 organic views, bro, off of audio. So if video would have did 1 million plus.
Right.
And that was a lot. That was good numbers back then on YouTube.
Yeah,
Like,
YouTube
you know
was
what I'm
paying
saying?
a lot of money too back then.
I was getting checks.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I made the money back. God, I came from. I made the money back off the song. I made all the money back. Period. But then I started recording. Me and MD got close. I started recording with MD. Me and MD. I'm talking about we making shit from. I'm walking in the studio. He got the thing on.
Yeah.
How you feeling today? Just how I'm feeling. He started building up on the beat. All right, I got a hook. Boom, go in there, drop the hook. He's still building on the beat. We was making a song actually from scratch.
Piece by piece.
Yeah,
That's dope.
like dope as fuck. Like I had a good album. The album I just put out was way back from then.
Oh, you just put an album out?
When I put that shit out in November.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I put the album out in November.
So
But I
are you
don't-
getting back into the music shit full swing?
Yeah, right now, yeah. But I just waited too long to drop that album. So when I did drop it, I had so many fucking songs that I forgot to drop shit on there. I got some songs for the bitches. I didn't put no song for the women on there. I had so much shit that there were 80-some songs that I had did over the course of them years. Like, and I felt like that body of work was set on for too long. So I don't think it took like it would have took if I would have dropped that shit way back then.
Right.
And then that was another thing. Like I wasn't dropping nothing. I dropped a couple singles. I dropped that Bangin' Brookfield single. Again, no video. I dropped All About a Check. And I shot a video for that one. It didn't do like I thought it was gonna do. And I think that's discouraged me right there. When that didn't do shit, but I think at that point I should have kind of stayed in their face. Because I had hella other shit. Which I thought it was the good single, but I don't think the people thought that was the good single to drop. Like, you know, at the time I had the whole hood behind me. You know, and I just making music and then stopped dropping it for like 3-4 years.
So what made you jump back into it? Because you just said you put that old album out in November of 2021.
Uh-huh.
What made you want to jump back into it? You got
Everybody keep asking me about the shit,
Yeah.
bro. Like, oh, you doing music? You ain't doing music no more. You ain't doing music no more. And then it just be these niggas be hella weak, bro. I know I can out rap a majority of them. You feel me? And then it be like, all right. And I be kind of feeling like, oh, I'm getting a little bit too old for this shit. But then niggas be telling me like, you been rapping, so you ain't getting too old. If you would have just started rapping, then you. But I just feel like, oh, I don't want to be a nigga at a certain age still putting out mixtapes. So I'm giving myself another year and a half at tops. If don't let it shake by then, it's over. You feel me? Probably gonna give me a few more features. Like I'm working on an album now I'm gonna do an EP, probably like 8 songs. Probably got like 4, 5 of them done. Probably need like 2 or 3 more. I'ma probably go. But then at the same time, I ain't gonna lie too. After like 2014, 2015 came. Boom, I'm fucking around. 15, a cool year. But I'm doing a lot of hustling. They had asked me to write a song. MD had hooked it up where I could write a song for YG. I cat it off on that. Then he had it where I was supposed to help write a song for Kamaya. I cat it off on that. And then like he like, well, you don't want to do the song with Kamaya. And I think I don't know why, it was some shit to where I had met her one time, and when I met her, she kind of looked at me like, and I wasn't feeling that shit. And then her manager had said some weird shit I wasn't feeling either. So I'm like, I really didn't want enthused about doing the shit. Like, to be honest, man, get you a placement on there. I'm like, I don't care about that, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, so I think MD was kind of mad at me for that. Like, what the fuck? Like, it ain't even that serious. But I'm like, I know it ain't that serious. I never took it as being that serious, but I just feel like, I come from an area where you give a motherfucker a certain type of respect. Right. I'm never going to look at you like this if I don't know you. I'm going to shake your hand and say, how you doing? Right. You know what I'm saying? And I just took it like, fuck it. Like, you feel me? So, after that, 2015 coming along, I missed those 2 opportunities. But at the time, I'm moving. I'm in and out of state. I'm everywhere. For the next year and a half, from 2015 to 2016. And boom, 2016, I get shot. Bam. I ain't gonna lie, I got shot a couple times and had a head-on collision doing 90, and I still got out the car and walked.
For real? You was drunk?
Hell no. It was fucking daytime. I was on my way to that nigga BKO.
And slap? Somebody hit you or you hit them?
Nah, it was like a shootout.
Oh my God, bro. This nigga right here, bro.
Like a shootout. And then when I felt I got shot, I was trying to get to the...
Oh, so you got into the accident as you got hit?
After I got shot.
Oh, wow. I thought they was talking about 2 different events.
No, nigga, that was the same day.
Oh, wow.
So I was already shot and got hit and hit somebody head-on collision doing 90, trying to get to the hospital.
Where you get hit at, if you don't mind me asking?
Torso and the leg.
Mm. And you driving yourself?
Yeah.
Wow.
Driving, shooting, all kind of shit.
So that's what, 2016?
That was the end of 2016.
So at this point, where's music at this point as far as like priority levels?
Music ain't shit.
Yeah, you off it.
I'm over it. I went to jail after I got shot.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, for a
Your
pistol.
story sound like the same shit just happening over and over and over.
Yeah, it do. Fucking shit.
So you went back down, this what, 2016?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was down for I was in the hospital for a month. They came and got me from the hospital. They charged me with the pistol.
Because you went to the hospital with the pistol?
No, they found the pistol in the car.
Got you.
Because after I wrecked, I started looking for the pistol. I couldn't find the motherfucker. Because I was just going to throw it somewhere.
But you just trying to get to the hospital too at the same time?
Nah, fuck that. I need to find that pistol because I don't want to catch no fucking pistol case.
Right.
I'm searching for that motherfucker. I couldn't find that motherfucker. What happened was I think they said I had a coat. So as I wrecked, the coat wrapped around the pistol. So I never seen it. It was wrapped in the coat. And, they going all through the car. So they, trying to... So that time they kept trying to get a nigga to tell I wasn't going out. So they got mad. And they're like, oh, we gonna charge you if you tell us who shot you. I said, bro, I don't know, bro. Feel me? So I'm like, what y'all want me to tell him some shit? I don't know. Like, I don't know who did that shit to this day. I don't know who fucking shot me. Like, you feel me? So they expected me to know. I'm like, bruh, you can't make me know.
Right.
I don't know. So, they get mad and send me to jail. Bitch go through the phone. I had the Benz in the shot.
Wait, your female went through the phone?
Yeah. She went through the phone.
Why you in jail?
No, nigga, this was the night before. I'm texting a bitch
Got you.
from her trap phone. But I kept erasing it, so it was cool. But this particular night, they shot me up with the morphine and Dilaudid and shit. So I done texted bitch and then fell asleep with the shit.
Wow.
Loaded, you feel me? Now, mine, you gotta wake up. She still ain't tripping off the phone.
Playing it
5-0 coming there. So this is when she gets the phone and will go through it right when 5-0 going through there. Mind you, BK, baby mama there. Guess what my dumb ass say? She said, who was just texting the bitch on the phone?
BK.
I said, that was BK, bitch. She wasn't going for it. Luckily, his baby mama was had it. She knew I was lying on him.
Right,
She
right,
just set up, like, threw him under the bus on accident.
Nigga, accidentally on purpose, you mean, nigga? What you mean on accident, nigga?
I always blaming shit on BK, right?
You
So
gotta
that
have
was
a partner to do that with.
yeah. I was always blaming shit on him already.
Right.
So shit, I didn't know who else to blame it on. Wasn't really nobody else I could say but BK. He was the only nigga at the hospital like every day, all day, damn near. Like, you feel me? So they like the nigga say, his baby mama tell me, you just gotta keep it in God's hands or whatever, yada yada yada. I'm like, all right. She said, and the police gonna say some dumbass shit like, it's really not in God's hands, it's in your hands. So all you gotta do is tell us. All you gotta do is tell us who shot you. I looked at that motherfucker, I said, man, fuck you, nigga. He like, what? I said, fuck you. Do what the fuck you gonna do, bro? You been coming up here bothering me. So now I'm already going to jail, so I just start going bad.
Right, now you tripping.
I go bad till I get tired. I only had that much energy.
Right.
And the fact they take me to what's her name. Long story short, I ended up bail. They had my bail at $500,000. Couldn't get out on the $500 because they wanted property. So what happened was I ended up going back to the hospital from in jail on some shit that they didn't do right. So when I went back to court,
What, your gunshot wounds?
yeah. So the judge gave me $200,000. I ended up getting out on the $200. I was cool, and then that was 17. Then I ended up catching another gun case while out on bail. That's when they put me on ankle monitor. So now, my dumb ass got the ankle monitor on, moving around, being crazy. I done went and let the motherfucking ankle monitor die on the plane, bro. But at the same time, they wasn't even tracking my shit like that. So I been going out of town. They didn't know.
You still thinking it's sweet, though.
No, but because I let it die. So once I let it start dying, that's when it started tracking it. Hey, what the fuck is you doing out here? I'm like, bro, my granny just died. So I ended up talking to the nigga crazy. Everybody like, bro, why is you talking to them people like that? Woo. I said, fuck them people. Woo, woo, woo. So I drove from Memphis to Atlanta, nigga. And I was at my nigga Tuck house, rest in peace. I went to Tuck house. I was sitting outside waiting on this nigga to pull up, bro. Bounty hunters jump out on me. Oh, my God.
Couldn't do nothing.
Nigga, this December 2017. Couldn't do nothing. Yanked me. It's over. After, they flew me back to Rita. They like, all right, well, give us $8,000 more for bail. We reinstated. Yeah, so I'm like, all right, I got the $8,000. That's good. Let's do it. Boom, right when it's time to bail me out, you got a hold. Where's the hold from? Nobody knows where this hold from. Mind you, I got a paid attorney. I keep asking this whole ass nigga, Bro, mind you, I had an open case in Cocoa County that I was supposed to do house arrest for. So I'm trying to hurry up and go home so I can do my fucking house arrest. You feel me? Bro, this bitch ass nigga, bro, took damn near 4 months to find out where the hole came from, bro. The judge said, why you ain't been said something about this hole? That was a computer error. So, bam. Now, lift the hole. They don't want to let me bail out because I got a warrant. I'm like, let me bail out and go to the other county. So, his baby mama again, she fucking come and the bail bonds been acting like they ain't answer doing. So she called the people from the bail clerk, nigga, and tell them to hold on and call the bail bonds on the other line and merge them in. Now y'all figure this out. They bailed me out that day. Boom. They bailed me out. Other county come get me. Boom. I got 60 days to do. Ended up having a whole nother case in that same county.
Mm-hmm.
So they just gave me a certain amount of time, and I did like 83 days for both of the cases. They ran the shit concurrent.
Okay.
You feel me? In Cocoa County, so I ended up doing 83 days in Cocoa County. Then I
Where's Cocoa County at?
Richmond.
Okay.
Then I had another case, but I had bailed out on both of these cases. Yeah.
Okay.
So really, what it was I had the gun case that they already had reinstated my bail for. Then the reason I caught the second gun case, because they said I had a warrant out of Cocoa County for a whole nother case, but I had already had a case. So this other case, it was two cases, a case out of San Jose and a case out of Cocoa County. So now I get to Cocoa County, I finish Cocoa County. When I get to Cocoa County, I had already bailed out of San Jose. So all they gotta do is just reinstate the bail because I never touched the streets. Man, these motherfuckers make me go all the way back to San Jose, bro. I'm thinking I'm finna get out on a certain day, bro. They send my ass to San Jose. Because the bail bonds took hell long to do the fucking bill. Write the fucking bill. Rewrite the fucking bill, bro. Like, so I finally get out. That was 2018. My son came that January 2019.
That's your firstborn.
Yeah. My son came January 2019.
So this right before COVID started. Oh no, this a year before.
It's a year before. When folks wouldn't think about no damn COVID.
Right. 2020 is when COVID started.
Yeah. So boom, 2019, my son turns 2 months.
Don't tell me.
Go to jail.
Bruh.
Baton Rouge.
Bruh, what the fuck? You just had you know what? When you was a kid, you said I want to go see every jail in the country, huh?
Bro, hell no, bro. I don't. What the
Nigga,
fuck,
that's what
bro?
it's like. Every time you talk about a case, you literally. But you did say that earlier, like you went on a tour.
But you know, every time I was supposed to drop my album, though, right? So at the point, I just said, you know what, that motherfucking album bad luck. I ain't dropping that shit no more. No, I swear to God, every time, bro, before I'm like, all right, I'm gonna drop the album. I been had the cover done for hella long. But every time for to drop the album, I go to jail. Every time. It's like you say you drop the album, you going to jail. So went to jail 2019. That was 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I'm doing sheriff work release for that San Jose case.
Okay.
And we in jail for 2 weeks in Baton Rouge. We can't get out. They doing hella shit. Like, you feel me? Because we from out of state. So boom. End up getting out. Now I got a warrant. I go on a run to June of 2020. They let me out on Father's Day of 2020. I get out. So I'm thinking I'm done with the fucking case. They put another warrant out for my arrest. So the whole time, they sending me a paper saying your probation was terminated. So now, fast forward to 2021. I rent a car for my folks. He got a rental car place. I don't know who it was, but whoever had that particular car before me had gotten to a high speed. I get pulled over. Bam. I'm not thinking nothing of it because they saying my probation terminated. I don't got no warrants. I'm thinking I'm Charlie. Ain't nothing for you to be searching my car about no nothing. They start talking about put your hands up, walk backwards. I said, what the fuck? This ain't no regular traffic stop. Bro, what the fuck is going on? The nigga said, get on your knee. I said, man, I ain't get on my motherfucking knees, man. It's gonna take hella long to get up. I said, man, you better tell me what the fuck wrong, blood. Like, you feel me? Mind you, I just dropped the album.
Wow.
Finally got the album out. I didn't go to jail, but I guess I went a month after. This 2 days before Christmas. They're like, you got a warrant out of San Jose. I said, what the fuck? Mind you, this case from way 2017. They told me I didn't give them their time. I'm like, but y'all let me out. Well, so that's when I just did the 2 months. But in the process of the 2 months, in the process of them searching the car, they found a gun in the car. Right? So they charged me with the gun. Right? And then they do the shit 70 to me. They don't file a gun case. All right. So I do the 2 months, get out, boom. Living my life, get the little fake ass probation that I'm been supposed to been terminated, that they just restarted all the way over. I'm hanging now. I'm like, okay, so I've been kind of not fucking with around the neighborhood. I've been other places. So, what was it, like a month ago? Task force from East Oakland jump out on me. In West Oakland. They come in West Oakland looking for my ass. They jumped out and Harris, you got a warrant. I said, for what? They talking about a pistol. So I just went to jail last month too. I only been out for 4 months. What? I said, damn. And the fucked up part about it, when I went to jail in December, in my mind, like, after everything's said and done, I'm not going back to jail. This is not gonna happen again. Like, it's that part of my life over. Like,
You finally made that decision after all
like,
these
it's
times.
over, bro. It's over. I don't got, you know.
Right.
And then that happened. I'm like, God damn, I can't win for losing, bro. Like, so that's current. You feel me? I went to the studio and dropped about 4 or 5 songs. I got another project gonna come out probably next month or something like that. Probably need to do a couple more songs.
What's the name of it?
I'm gonna probably just name it Real is Rare 2.
Oh, you already got a Real is Rare.
Yeah, Real is Rare 2. Yeah.
You got any big time feature? Go ahead. What you about to say?
I don't got no big time features. Not right now.
None that you.
I'm just gonna give him an EP. I'm gonna try to see what I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna give him an EP and then I'm gonna drop in singles after that. I'm gonna see what it do. Cause I don't feel like if the music take, I don't know if I'm gonna spend my money on that.
Right. That makes sense.
I might invest that shit in something else. That's gonna make me a quick return.
It's a good point.
You know, cause now it's different. I ain't just living for myself. I got a kid. Like, you know.
You only got one.
Yeah.
And what is about 4 now?
About to be 3.5.
About to be 3.5.
Yeah, he just turned 3 in January.
Right, that's right. Early 29.
Little nigga crazy, bro. He don't want to hear nothing but his daddy songs.
That's dope.
He watch all my videos and listen to my songs all day.
That's dope. That's
Now he's
fire.
starting to like different people too now. So like he like NBA Youngboy. His new one is Dog Food. 42
Oh
Doug.
wow, that's hella funny.
And we be calling him 42 Doug too.
For real?
Yeah, little nigga look like 42 Doug with them goddamn braids.
That's hella funny.
Little nigga crazy.
Well, man, this was dope, bro. I appreciate you, opening up, man, and talking.
Sure.
I know that was it's a lot telling your business, kind of. That's almost what it turns into. But I feel like when it comes to anybody who's doing something,
I mean, shit, you can Google me. I ain't got nothing to hide.
yeah, I feel you on that. But when it comes to anybody
Avalon Harris, you can Google me.
that's doing some type of any type of branding, like when they tell their personal story, it kind of make people relate more.
Yeah.
You feel me? Just shit that we all went through, man. But yeah, so
Yeah, I just, I'm gonna get on this motherfucker. Motherfucker give me the opportunity. I ain't gonna do nothing but tell the truth.
right,
I don't got nothing to hide about my life. My shit an open book any motherfucking way. Like,
right.
like I said, you can Google me. You can see what I went through. You can look up all my goddamn dumbass cases or whatever. But it's like it's no point for me to try to hide anything or nothing I done did. Like, because I watch a lot of podcasts and I be seeing niggas lying and shit. It be niggas I be knowing too. Like,
Right.
why you lie about that? That don't even make no fucking sense.
Well, they can't tell their truth because the cameras is recording. So it's almost they do it anyway when there's no cameras on, but now with the cameras on and everybody else can watch it, it's like you got to be careful with that. So that's really why they lie, if you want to know.
I mean, shit, bro. Like, I'm from Brookfield, but I ain't scared to say I spent half of my life in the 60s too.
Right.
Everybody know that.
Right.
The fuck I'm gonna lie about that for?
Right.
There be small shit like that. Like, that's what I don't be understanding. It's like shit that motherfuckers know. Like, I seen one of the motherfuckers, like, on a podcast, one of the popular rappers, I ain't gonna say a nigga name. They asked him, well, I heard you was from, somebody said they know you, and I heard you was from such and such and such. Well, he like, whoever told you that don't really know me. And I'm like, bitch, you was saying that when I first met you was from there. What the fuck is you talking about? Whoever know that really know your punk ass. Nigga, like, why would you lie about that?
Yeah.
That's like Too Short saying, lying about him coming from L.A. What for? It's certain shit. Like, it's certain shit that I'm just not going to talk about. Like, you feel me? Like, I ain't going to go into detail about certain things. Like, like I said, like, you ask me, oh, you going to do? I don't have to. I'm not going to go into detail about that.
Right.
But it's certain shit I can go into detail about. Like, even with hella shit that got to do with other shit, I never went into detail. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can tell your story without going into detail about certain things.
Right.
Like, and you don't have to lie about it because, in my opinion, like, people who watching you and the fans and shit, they're gonna be more like, what word am I looking for? Receptive.
They can relate more.
Relate more to your story if you just tell the truth.
Yep.
We wasn't always doing good. We wasn't always having a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? You had to start from somewhere. So I know it'd be people get to a certain level and they want to forget about where they started.
Right.
But where you started is what made you. You can't forget
Foundation.
about what made you.
Facts.
You can't forget, like you said, you can't forget about the foundation. Like this building we in, it has a foundation.
Right.
And the foundation of this building was holding that fucking shit together.
Yep.
So guess what? Even if it's an earthquake, the foundation got to be strong.
Yep.
So if you ain't tapping into the core of what's really going on, how you gonna call yourself a real nigga?
That's for real.
How can you? How you can call yourself a real nigga and lie about certain shit that don't even make no sense? I don't give a fuck. Can't nobody judge me but me and God. At the end of the day. Because, nigga, we call being human beings. I ain't met a perfect human being in my life except the bitch Bernice. Oh, my God. But that bitch ain't even perfect. Her hair probably stank or something. You know what I'm saying?
I wasn't expecting that. It's real though. I feel like, see, I'm somebody that went to college, right? And what I learned is when I got to college, everybody at college could be whoever they wanted to be in their past life, right? You know what I mean? Like, I could be a college athlete, and when I get there and meet my teammates, I could tell them I was the biggest gangster ever back home. But that's what the internet is almost. You know what I mean? So it's like people get caught up in the internet. That's why you say earlier, like, why would you lie? It's like they get caught up in the people who's watching that don't know them, that they almost forget about the motherfuckers who do know them.
Okay, but listen, and this is what people fail to realize. It's some niggas that can relate to you as being rich, and there's some people that can relate to you when you was poor. So if you tap into the core audience and you talk about everything, that means
You checking all the boxes.
you checking all the boxes. See, if you think about a nigga like Mozzie, he's still gonna take you back to when he was broke, and then he gonna throw some rich nigga shit in there, and you see why his core audience is bigger than a lot of people that only talk about when they get money.
Right.
Cause the street niggas who ain't getting that much money and not driving Bentleys and all that type of shit, they can't relate to you. And then you talk about them in the raps like, oh, you niggas is poor. No, we ain't doing that. Like, you feel me? Because I've been poor before. I know how I feel. Now, your chest be hurting, nigga. Like, for real. Like, your chest be hurting when you ain't got no money, bro. Like, and everybody done been through it. Niggas ain't been up their whole life, bro. Nigga, it's been times, niggas, you done had to get with your homeboy, nigga, and it was $5 to both of y'all. Nigga,
That's
you had
a
to
fact.
get off the 99-cent menu and make it happen. Nigga, let's not forget about them times, because them the times that really make a nigga. You
Facts.
feel me? Them the times that really make me. Times I could think about when I was broke, like, I don't never want to go back to that shit again. That shit painful as a motherfucker. Like, for real. So, at the end of the day, bro, we had to tap into that audience, bro. We got to motivate the thugs, nigga. Feel me? Like Jeezy say, motivate the thugs. Don't shit on the thugs. Motivate them. You feel me? And they got to get up and motivate motherfucker, because at the end of the day, bro, like, as a people, like, if we got up and motivated each other instead of keep trying to down each other,
Right.
then we gonna know. We gonna have a lot more successful people. You feel me? Don't never make a nigga feel like he less than you because you got more than him. Don't do that. That shit ain't cool, bro. That's how you gain unwanted hate and shit like that. Like, humble yourself, bro, because you done been there before, nigga. And if you ain't never been there before, then you definitely can't call yourself a street nigga. I'm just ending with that.
That's real, man. That's a good spot to end on, man. I appreciate you pulling up, bro.
For sure.
When you whenever you ready to promote, drop something, going forward, we got to redo this, man, and kind of focus more so on the
For sure.
music. But I always, my first time sitting down with people, I like to get the backstory and how they got to this point.
And I like that shit, because I when the motherfucker listen to me, they gonna understand me more. Mm-hmm. You feel me?
You know, it's funny you say that, because that's kind of that's what led me into this, right? I don't know how I even got into podcasting it, like watching them, but it really, because I love music, right?
Yeah.
And then I started to listen to the interviews of the artists that I would watch. Then I would listen to. Then I started listening to the interviews of people who I never even listened to their music.
Yeah.
But it would make me want to go tune into their music. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I found the Mo3 dude, right?
Uh-huh.
I somehow stumbled across an interview of him. I'm like, damn, this nigga talking some real shit. And then he become one of my favorite artists.
That's
so
my dog. That's my
early
nigga.
on, I was putting niggas on like, bro, y'all ain't never heard of Mo3, and everybody like, nah. And I'm like, bro, this nigga going crazy, blah, blah, blah. But so that's dope that you say that, though.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I ain't gonna lie, bro, because, like, I was watching one of them shits. You ever seen that shit on the internet, the swamp stories?
Yep.
I was watching the one about San Bernardino.
Yeah, I used to
And
live out there.
And they start talking about the Crips and shit like that. And he keep talking about this nigga named Doggy Style, right? I said, man, let me go motherfucking listen to this Doggy Style. I'm talking about Doggy Style, Crip in a motherfucker. That's my Crip homie, I don't even know, but I be listening to that shit. He cripped out. I had these niggas listen to it. They laughing at me like a motherfucker, like,
That's
yo,
hella
silly
funny,
ass.
though.
I said, he real crippin' though. Like, he remind me of old school crippin'. I kind of like that shit.
I gotta go listen too, because I lived in LA for like 6
Man,
years.
Doggy, it's
so I
just
understand.
thing.
For real?
Yeah.
I understand all that crip.
That nigga on death row,
gangbanging
nigga.
shit. That's
I'm talking
hella
about he and that
funny.
motherfucking nigga with the Loaf song doing the.
You know,
Feel
he signed a girl from Richmond out here,
real?
the Jane Hancock girl.
Oh, he signed her?
She signed to Death Row.
Cause she who be fucking with Hancock?
A lot of people do, bro.
Nah, but I think it's Crypto, right? Yeah,
don't know who
I think he manager or something, right? That's his niece.
I think she.
You remember Crypto?
No, maybe if I see him. I'm
They-
almost certain that she
what
signed.
Crypto and them used to have? Cause he gonna remember. Fuck, bro.
wanna-
I can't remember what it was.
That's dope though.
Yeah, but
But yeah, man, I
Crypto can
appreciate.
rap his ass off too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he hella lyrical.
Yeah.
You know, he really could rap. He's one of those rapping dudes.
That's how the Jane Hancock girl. She got a crazy pen too.
Mm-hmm. And he say, Lee say that's their niece.
Yeah, nah.
That's her niece.
I got put on tour by a couple rapping ass niggas that I fuck with from out here, and then
Mm-hmm.
that's how I heard of her, and then we follow each other on socials and shit. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna get her on here too eventually. But yeah, man, I appreciate you pulling up, man. So we
sure,
got
anytime, bro.
we got to do this again, man.
When that album come, we got to do this again. But I enjoy
sure.
talking to you too.
Man, for sure, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate you opening up too, man. I know BK probably warned you that we was gonna get deep, man, but I that's really what I focus
Hey, that
my
nigga
show
didn't
on.
warn me about shit. Oh ass nigga. Nigga didn't do nothing. You see that nigga over there looking like OG Unc.
I love BK, man. That's a good dude.
Nah, BK a fool with it, blood. BK really from Brookfield. Everybody gotta know that. Cause you see the nigga, everybody don't know. Like when he get drunk, he start hitting that Brookfield.
He do though. That's his go-to.
Then he did. Then he go. He kind of mix it with the Frisco shit. Cause he do the Brookfield. Then he do the Fillmore Get Low.
All right, yeah, we out. He's speaking on my partner.